Today I just thought I need to tell you 10 things that I regret not doing in South Africa. But I think I've got 10 things that were on my bucket list that I thought I could have done, and I regret not doing them. And you are going to hold me accountable so that I can try to fulfill some of the things that I failed to do in South Africa. The first thing that I regret not doing is not finishing my degree that I had started in 2011. I had started a degree in digital visual arts at the University of South Africa. You know, some funds, constraints, 2011, 2012, I couldn't continue. Yeah, I did not finish that degree and I regret to this day, and I kept on procrastinating. And I think it's high time I should finish that degree. But this time around, I'm gonna be doing media studies, full-time media studies here in Zimbabwe. So I regret not finishing that degree in South Africa. Why didn't I finish it? And when I look back, I can't really find a reason. I might have excuses, but those excuses are not good enough. Two things that I regret not doing in South Africa was pursuing the radio career. Career in radio was in the offing 18. I was invited by Aubrey Masango, 702 radio host, and I hosted a show with him for 4 hours on 702. So he said that I have it in me to do radio, and I simply could not find a way to be on radio or on community radio or something like that. I remember wanting to go to Rainbow FM to work as on a community radio, like working the graveyard shifts. That's what others said to me that I could do, but I just could not do that. I regret not doing it, and and if I look back at the excuses once again, they are not good enough. My other regret in number 3 is that going to the Eastern Cape. There is a place in Eastern Cape. When you are driving, I wanted to drive along the coast. They say you can drive for almost, I think, 400 kilometers when you're going to Cape Town. You can drive along the coast. I just want this. I can still do. I just want to drive on the coast. I just want to feel that sea, driving along the sea. Maybe those who have been driving along that area can tell me how it feels. But I really wanted to have that feeling of driving along the coast up until I get to Cape Town, just driving, enjoying that scenery. I would want to do that one day. It is not going to Table Mountains. I wanted to hike Table Mountains, which I can still do with my wife. So it's one of those things that is on my bucket list. I would want to get on the Table Mountains and get down with the cable car. Yeah, I really want to do that, and I really wanted to do that when I was in South Africa. It's always been a dream of mine to be in that cable car. I think I saw it in Mama Jack's movie. Yeah, so I always wanted to get in that cable car. Then the other thing is ziplining and bungee jumping. I stayed in Soweto for almost 2 years, and I always wanted to do bungee jumping on those that are in Orlando. Yeah, I always wanted to do that, but I don't know. I just felt like sometimes when you think I want to do it, and then you see I've got needs, got that and that and that. So yeah, when I come back to South Africa, I need to jump on those towers. This one is very funny. For your own information, I never went to the zoo. Up to now, I still don't know why. Like, I would drop people at the zoo. Sometimes I would make a plan to say I want to go to the zoo. I simply could not do it. Why didn't I do it? Sometimes I'll say I want to make plans to go to the zoo with my family, and all of it done. The other time we wanted to go to the zoo and we found it closed. And the other time we wanted to go to the zoo, I can't remember what happened, but we wanted to go to the zoo 2 times. We ended up not going. My daughter Taylor actually went to the zoo. Me, I didn't go to the zoo. I don't know my wife. But anyway, I managed to see some animals, you know, your giraffes and other stuff. The other animals that I would want to see face to face is the lion. Elephant, I saw it in Botswana. But anyway, I wanted to be at the zoo just to see all the animals. The other thing was taking my wife on holiday outside Gauteng. We've done a lot of things with my wife. It's in like, which I can say I've taken her out sometime. Went out when on our was it on our 8th anniversary. We went out in 2019. We also went out. We did sort of like a vacation, but it was still within Gauteng. I regret not taking it outside Gauteng in the whole family, but we managed to have some memories around Gauteng. But my biggest regret is not going outside Gauteng and having fun there. And this one, flying my kids and my wife, flying my kids out or taking my kids on just being on a plane with them and my wife, something that I want to do. And I've flown to different parts of the world. I've flown to Dubai, Singapore, Tanzania, Kenya, Benin, Mozambique, Botswana, Zambia. Yeah, I've flown to those places. And I've not just flown with my wife. I've flown to Cape Town twice, but I've not flown with my wife. And shout out to Ezekiel TV when I was still working there. They gave me that opportunity to fly around. But I've not flown out with my wife and my family. Yeah, big regret, but I can still do it. Up everything that I want to do. I really think that some of the things that I failed to do was not because I didn't have funds or I could not achieve those things. I simply did not have the balls to do them. Like, I just couldn't get the courage. In life, it's all about taking risks and having balls to take on life. And sometimes I simply could not just have that. So I regret not taking those opportunities. I don't want to whine on my deathbed and say, oh, I wish I had done those things. Let's do all those things. I had dreams when I was growing up, and some of the dreams I've seen them happening, and I still believe that those things that I've said out, they are going to come to pass. I'm going to take my wife to Cape Town. I'm going to fly if God gives me life. So I regret not doing those things. Now it's your turn to tell me, what are the things that you regret not doing in any country, be it in the UK, whatever country that we're in, or maybe we're here in Zimbabwe. What are the things that you regret not doing? It's your turn to give me your 10 in the comment section. 10 things or 5 things that you regret not doing, that you think you still want to achieve. Let's hit the ground running, and I'll see you on the next video.